Good afternoon once again to all delegates from Asia and Middle East. Good morning to all delegates from USA, Europe, South America, and Africa. My name is Vatsa. I will be your host for today. Welcome to day 2 of Virtual Asia Pacific Precious Metals Conference 2021. The virtual edition of Asia Pacific Precious Metals Conference is organized by Singapore Bullion Markets Association, supported by Enterprise Singapore in association with the Chinese Gold and Silver Exchange Society and managed by Eventel Global Advisory Private Limited. Please allow me to read out the sponsors of APPMC 2021. Title sponsor, ABC Bullion. Gold sponsors, JP Morgan, LBMA, TD Securities, and World Gold Council. Platinum sponsor, World Platinum Investment Council. Exchange partner, Shanghai Gold Exchange International. Refinery partner, Rand Refinery. Secured logistic partner, Brinks Global. Technology partner, Cash Gold. Precious metals analysis partner, Olympus. Classic sponsors, Ashoka Global, Certalin, CME, Silver Bullion, StoneX. Research partner, Metals Focus. Broadcasting partner, Golden Circle, China. Publication partner, Bullion World. Each of these sponsors have an exhibition booth. You can visit them, glance through their brochures, fix one-on-one video meetings with them, and also engage in a chat. Here are some statistics of day 1 of APPMC 2021. We had totally 860 delegates registered, 468 of them logged in on the platform, 363 viewed live sessions, 79 one-to-one meeting took place, 220 sponsor table meetings took place, and 91 attendee table meetings took place. That was day 1. I'm sure with all of you, we can do much better than that in day 2. For those who could not make it for day 1 of the conference, no worries. We would get full video recording of the conference at the conference website www.asiapacificpmc.com in a week's time. I would like to seek your attention to the translation button on the Hublot platform. Please note, we have a special session on China immediately after this announcement. It would be in Mandarin and in English. When the speech is in Mandarin, you can click on the translation button and opt for English translation. This would help you to grasp what is happening in this most important market, that is China. Second, please send in your question in the chat box. We will keep pushing the same to the session chair. If time permits, we would take your questions and try to address them. Otherwise, you can always have a networking meeting with the speakers and the chair in the networking lounge. We are very happy to inform you that, like in 2019, Shanghai Gold Exchange International, SGEI, has specially curated a program on China gold market on this occasion of APPMC 2021. It would be for 30 minutes with a lot of experience sharing and learning. To lead the session, may I now invite Ms. Zhao Fanghua, General Manager of Shanghai Gold Exchange International. Ms. Zhao has over 30 years working experience in precious metals industry. She has expertise in trading, delivery, and international cooperation. Ms. Zhao is a participant and witness of liberalization and development of China's precious metals market. Joining the discussion with Ms. Zhao are Mr. Liang Vie Teron from Bank of China and Mr. Ken Wong Soo Ki, MD of Chow Tai Fook Jewelry Group. A brief introduction about each of them, starting with Mr. Liang Wei has been trading multiple assets of for Bank of China Group over past 10 years, experienced in bullion, offshore, onshore, RMB FX, and rates derivative. Prior to the current role in Hong Kong, Mr. Liang was in the Shanghai dealing room of Bank of China head office. He has participated in building up the international business of Shanghai Gold Exchange in 2014. Mr. Liang holds BA from San Yat-sen University and Master of Finance from University of Hong Kong. Now, our next speaker, Mr. Ken Wong Soo Kee, is the Managing Director, Corporate and Head Hong Kong, Macau, and Overseas of Chow Tai Fook Jewelry Group Limited, a Hong Kong main board listed company being responsible for the group's overall corporate management and its development in Hong Kong, Macau, and overseas. Mr. Wong has diverse experience in business development as well as in operations and management. His far-reaching insight has been proven by the solid foundation built through the Smart Plus 2020 strategic framework he had led on to deliver exceptional customer experience underpinned by commitments to innovation, technology, and sustainability. Mr. Wong is a chairman of the executive committee of the Hong Kong Jewelers and Goldsmiths Association Limited, a board member of the World Diamond Council. With this introduction, I now hand over the session to Ms. Zhao Fanghua, General Manager of Shanghai Gold Exchange Limited.
Distinguished CEO Mr. Albert Chen, President Ganapsi, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm the General Manager of Shanghai Gold Exchange International, Zhao Fanghua. It's a great pleasure to be here at APPMC 2021. First of all, let me represent Shanghai Gold Exchange to thank SBMA and Mr. Albert Chen for the opportunity to meet all of you. I also would like to thank Mr. Ken Wong Soo Kee, Managing Director of Chow Tai Fook Jewelry Group, and Mr. Liang Wei Terang, Head of Bullion Trading, Bank of China, Hong Kong. Thank you very much for attending this webinar. They will share China's market from the perspective of SGE members and share their views on the international development of China's gold market. And I would also like to thank all of you for your focus on Chinese gold market. From last year until now, the epidemic took a heavy toll on the global gold market. As the largest gold production and consuming market in the world, China's gold market is also facing many challenges. At the beginning of the pandemic, China's gold mines and jewelry manufacturing enterprises were under much pressure of shutdown. With the improvement of the pandemic, China gradually recovering from the pandemic, and our enterprises have resumed production. Despite the severe impact of the pandemic, China's gold market is still resilient and active. In 2020, China produced nearly 400 tons of raw gold, and the gold production of large gold refiners was basically flat year on year. Enterprises of gold products have explored new online channels and new markets. Gold coins, gold bars, gold jewelry, and other products have eye-catching sales performance. With the control of the pandemic in China, the Chinese economy has recovered. First quarter of 2021, China's retail consumption of gold rebounded strongly, with significant growth in sales performance and social retail and catering industries. As the core of trading, delivery, and storage of physical gold in China, SGE actively maintained market order during the pandemic and supported members with facing challenges, continue to explore new opportunities for the common development of the China and international gold markets. We are also launching the Gold Road project for the international project in order to promote the common prosperity of the global gold market through the industrial chain cooperation of the global gold market. SGE has launched business models such as gold leasing plus jewelry processing. At present, market participants from Thailand, Singapore, and other regions have participated in the project, making full use of China's high-quality design capabilities and the convenient investment and financing channels of SGE to make win-win development. Over the past year, the pandemic has brought challenges to the circulation and trading of the global gold market, but it has also given us new insights. Even with many difficulties and obstacles, our gold market remains a global connected community. Looking to the future, with China's market continues to open up, we believe many international institutions, especially from Southeast Asia, participating into China's local market, and more Chinese institutions participating into the international market as well. SGE is actively exploring the opportunities of China's gold market international development and has established communication and cooperation channels with many global exchanges and associations. We look forward to the future. Thank you very much. Now I would like to invite my colleague Peter to introduce the situation in China, especially the connection with the Southeast Asia, our efforts on the communication with Asian countries. Thank you. Welcome, Peter.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Peter Zhao, and I am working with Shanghai Gold Exchange International Market and Strategy Department. First, I would like to thank SBMA for offering us such an opportunity to introduce what is happening in China's gold market and our latest effort to outreach Asian market. Today, we will start with the introduction of China gold market, where I believe a little bit knowledge about the history of the market will help you to better understand how the market grows. As we can see here, it can be divided into 3 stages. For the first stage, from 1949 to 1982, is a time for non-market regulation. Gold and other precious metals were strictly controlled. Gold mining enterprise must sell their gold to PBOC, our central bank, and the gold units shall be allocated to PBOC according to their quotas. At that time, gold is mainly used for emergency international payments and foreign exchange reserves. Well, with the opening up and the reform of economy in China, we come to the second stage, from 1983 to 2001. In 1983, gold regulations were issued to allow the sales of gold ornaments. The regulation clearly stipulates the regime of gold centralized purchase and distribution, and this regime lasts for almost 20 years. At the first year of this century, People's Bank of China just canceled this regime of gold centralized purchase and distribution, and at the same year, our State Council established a gold market reform team to discuss the gold market reform plan. And with this team, the gold market is about to be established. Just 1 year later, in 2002, Shanghai Gold Exchange was established. And in 2005, precious metal investment business was open to the individuals. And 2 years later, foreign banks were introduced into SGE market. And in 2008, Shanghai Future Exchange launched their gold futures. And in 2014, SGE launched its international board. With such a growth path, once the market was established and formalized, our gold market keeps growing, also impacted by the COVID-19 In the last year, China remains as the world's largest gold producer, consumer, and importer. So in the last year, China's gold mine output reached 365 tons, ranking first in the global for 14 years. And the consumption of gold in China hit more than 821 tons, accounted for about 22% of the global consumption. And the 490 tons is used as gold jewelry, and the 247 tons are minted into gold bars and coins, and another 84 tons of gold is used in the industry manufacturing. Also not listed here, we see a strong recovery of gold demand in China, especially in the gold jewelry. We can see a very strong recovery of the jewelry sales from the second half from last year. To the latest data, we can see in the first 5 months of this year, the total sales of jewelry in China reached 128 million RMB, with a growth of 68% compared to that of the same period in 2020. With such market resilience, SGE is striving to grow. As I mentioned, in 2002, SGE was founded as a membership-based, mutualized, non-profit organization with the approval of China's State Council and under the regulation of People's Bank of China. And the Shanghai Gold Exchange acts as the core body of China's gold market. It provides trading, clearing, delivery, voting, information, and transit service. Alongside SGE, there are some commercial banks providing interbank OTC trades, and they have some individual customers. Also, they can do some physical bar sales. And also, we have the futures exchange. They have listed gold, silver futures, and they have corporate and individual customers. For now, SGE has 280 members and around 12,000 institution customers, and the more than 10 million individual customers. In the China's domestic market, our members provide 90% of China's gold production output and consumption volumes, and also it covers 95% of the total country's refining capacity. Also, SGE is the world's largest exchange-traded physical gold platform in terms of its trading value for the last 13 years. Well, as a physical gold exchange, we have very strong voting capacity. For now, we have 70 certified votes, including 4 international votes all over the country, and our international board votes can just provide service for the cross-border shipment. And as you can see at the left-hand side, we have a very big physical loadout volume. Well, SGE has 3 bullion assets: gold, silver, and platinum, and we have 6 market segments hosting 34 contracts. The biggest market is our price matching market. Physical contracts, spot contract, and deferred contracts are listed here. And another major market segment is our price asking market. This market basically is a OTC bilateral trading market. You can find spot, forward, swap, option, and leasing contracts. And the third market segment is our benchmark price market. Shanghai Gold benchmark price and the Shanghai Silver benchmark price are trading in this segment. Also, we have a gold ETF market and a specialized leasing market for interbank trading and the bank and enterprise leasing. Also, we have gold coin market. Panda gold coin can be traded in this market. Well, in last year, as we can see, the total trading turnover across all the market segments increased to 43 trillion RMB, which is around 7 trillion US dollar. So in this market, there's around 60,000 tons of gold traded and more than 4 million tons of silver traded, and there's another 84 tons of platinum being traded. So with the increase of the trading volume, SG and the China's gold market itself is expanding. And further, we are stepping to the global gold markets. SG is also taking its journey to the international development. As mentioned, in 2014, SG launched its international board as a fast track to connect China and the international gold market. The international board is also the first fully opened up financial market in China. Overseas investors can use their offshore entities to directly apply to be SG international member for customers. They can just use the offshore RMB to trade in SG. Shanghai Gold Exchange International, SGI, the department I'm coming from, is the operator of the international board. So in last year, the total turnover of the international board increased to 8.26 trillion RMB, which is around 1.3 trillion US dollar. And in the international board, there are over 8,000 tons of gold traded and more than 1 million tons of silver traded. So for the last 7 years, the international board keeps growing in terms of the trading volume, and at this moment we have 94 international members and 87 international customers covering the world's leading financial institutions and the precious metal enterprise. In this first half of 2021, we have 5 new international members on board, and although the majority of our international members are the financial institutions, they are banks, security firms, but still we have very important players from the industry. They are refiners, jewelers, and traders with strong background in the industry. And they have been provide huge volume of cross-border gold trade flow, which is valuable to the market. With noticing of the growth potential of the trade flow, SG launches its new initiative called Gold Road Project. Gold Road Project is to facilitate cross-border gold industry cooperation. We're trying to build a bridge to connect China's gold market and the international gold market. Under this project, we provide various business models for upstream and downstream supply chain. And the Gold Road Project is actually designed for our Asia markets and the Belt and Road Initiative countries. So here we see a flow of the Gold Road Project. Our international institution can just join SG as the international member or customers. After doing that, you can just sign a manufacturing or refining agreement with some Chinese refiners and jewelers. After that, you can just deposit your gold or purchase gold from our international board, or even lease gold from some financial institutions. Those gold will be used as the raw materials. And once the gold is ready, you can just load the gold out and ship it to the factory for manufacturing and the refining. Once the fine products are ready, they will be delivered back to the SG International member or customers. If it is jewelers, it can be just sent directly back to its overseas vault or any designated place. If it is fresh bars, it can also be shipped into SG's international vault for sale. What makes the Gold Road project different here is actually we provide a safe platform for both buyer and seller and a convenient channel with lower cost. More importantly, for international customers, you will be able to find more reliable Chinese industry players. At this moment, we have participants from Thailand, from Singapore to join this project, and usually they have connection or cooperation with refiners or jewelry makers located in Guangzhou or Shenzhen, which is famous for its jewelry making industry. And within this Gold Road project, we have more reliable customers from province like Yunnan or Fujian, and which means more opportunities are to come for our international customers. Well, in the coming future, in the Asian area, SG is going to promote its gold project to strengthen the connection between China's gold market and the Asian gold market. And as the RCEP agreement is expected to come into effect in the coming years, we are looking forward to have more Asian market participants like mining companies, jewelers, and the refiners join SG International Board. Also, we are looking forward to have further cooperations with regional exchanges. At last, we are going to build overseas and infrastructure to help with such kind of cross-border cooperation. Well, this is all of my presentations. Thank you for your time and thank you for focusing on the China's gold market. If you have any questions or ideas, please feel free to contact us. Thank you.
Thank you for Peter's presentation regarding China gold market international development of SG. We will not stop right there. SG has many like-minded friends on the internationalization of China gold market. Chow Tai Fook and Bank of China Hong Kong are outstanding representatives among them. Today, we're very honored to have Mr. Keng Wong Sui Kim, Managing Director of Chow Tai Fook Jewelry Group Limited, and Mr. Liang Weiye, Head of Bullion Trading from Bank of China Hong Kong, to share with you. Let's welcome Mr. Keng Wong Sui Kim. He has diverse experience in business development. We have two questions from Mr. Huang. In Q1 2021, Chow Tai Fook saw a rapid increase in retail sales, which is quite impressive. What's your take on the growth and the recovery trend of gold jewelry demand in Greater China market? How it's gonna go in the coming future?
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Congratulations to the successful launch of the Precious Metal Conference 2021. I think, first of all, regarding the question about the first quarter of 2021, that Chow Tai Fook Jewelry, in terms of year-on-year growth, has very encouraging data. I think based on two reasons. One, which is a low base effect, which is last year, first quarter 2020, we're undertaking a pandemic. So that is one reason. And another reason, which is a kind of pent-up demand. That pent-up demand has been go back to and keep our business go back to normal, and the trend is still follow. I mean, the second half of 2020, that we can see, we can foresee in the coming year, China, in terms of gold jewelry consumption, still show strong and sustainable. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Huang. We've also very expecting to see the steady growth for the gold to resume. For now, Zhoudef has expanded to Southeast Asian market. What's your take on the cooperation opportunity between the gold jewelry markets of China and Southeast Asian? How could we take the advantage of this opportunity?
Chow Tai Fook, we have already opened our store in a kind of 6 countries of ASEAN region, in ASEAN region, 6 countries. So I think we can leverage on the experience that we learned from the China market. Remember that a kind of 20 years ago when, say, talking about especially 2002 year, the first launch of the Shanghai Gold Exchange, I think China market experienced a fast-growing period thanks to the government leading and also the economy development, plus, I mean, industry participation and into different sector, say from gold trading, design and manufacturing, and even retail service. I think that is a variable experience that I hope it can benefit to ASEAN countries. Okay, so I am optimistic to the future and opportunity in ASEAN countries due to 2 reasons. One, a fast economic growth in ASEAN country, and second, which is some government treaties like RCEP already signed. It gives a very clear picture to the stakeholder of the whole supply chain participant. So I think, so long make it short is that we can see opportunity through cooperation in between people among these countries in different areas, like trading, like design and manufacturing, like retail service, and even marketing. So these areas are very, we can see a very good opportunity. I'm looking for a much more cooperation together with the people in this area.
Thank you very much, Mr. Huang, for sharing. In 2009, Chow Tai Fook has launched the Gold Road project. We are looking forward to more opportunities with Chow Tai Fook Corporation. Next, let's welcome Mr. Liang Wei-Ye. Mr. Liang has participated in building up the international board of SGE at the early stage and is very familiar with SGE market. Today, I would like to hear your view on trading opportunity in China. So first question, Bank of China Hong Kong is an active player in both China and the international gold market. Can you please introduce if there is any unique trading opportunity across China's gold market?
Thank you, Mr. Zhao, for your question. China imports about 2/3 of its yearly consumption, mainly from Hong Kong. And we, as a bank based in Hong Kong with a deep connection with China mainland, we have helped many onshore banks to source gold from international market and import the gold into China mainland over the years. Gold trading in China has its own way. The most popular product in SGE is the T+D contracts. It trades in margin. It can physical deliver any day you prefer. Deferred interest is introduced to stabilize the delivery gap. This trading mode can provide hedging function for the industry and also meet the investment needs. Gold price in SGE is quoted in RMB yuan per gram, while globally we quote US dollar per ounce. This creates an excellent range trading opportunity for global investors. The spread of gold prices between China onshore and LBMA is driven by many factors. We know including supply-demand gap, RMB appreciation expectation, and interest rate difference, quota control on gold import, and etc. In 2014, SGE launched the International Board, providing a very friendly platform for global investors to capture China market opportunities. The quality of physical gold bar is mutually recognized by SGE and LBMA. It allows international participants like us to freely load in, load out the physical gold without additional refining. The gold is stored in free trade zone that is deemed as offshore and not subject to import and export policy. International members trade with CNH. Unlike CNY, CNH is a freely convertible currency in financial market. In addition, SG introduced many favorable policies to global investors. For example, the exemption of storage fees, loading load-out fees, and many other fee exemptions. This could largely reduce our operating and trading costs. As we all know, bullion is a very low margin business nowadays. A penny saved is a penny gained. SG also provides us very comprehensive services, such as policy interpretation, arrange workshop among members for potential business innovation. China bullion market will continue to shape its own pattern and insert influence to global market, with China becoming a key driver of global gold demand. SG offers more trading opportunities than many other exchanges, and it has given us the opportunity to further expand our market exposure in China. Thank you, Ms. Zhao. Here's my answer to your question.
Thank you, Mr. Liang. You have deep understanding of our exchange, and also you have explained opportunities between us and the foreign markets. We can explore all together. And I have another question. Now, Bank of China has a lot of branch in Asian countries. What's your point of view about physical gold trade and interchange between China and ASEAN countries?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the question. Bank of China has been playing an active role in nations opening up policy and actively expanding our business in ASEAN region in recent years. We have set up many branches and subsidiaries in China, in Thailand, Malaysia, Vietnam, Philippines, Indonesia, Cambodia, Laos, Brunei, and Myanmar. We fully support the idea of interconnection of physical gold market between China and ASEAN. Gold is some kind of belief in many Asian countries, with the support of the national policy such as China's Belt and Road Initiative. We believe it will encourage gold to move more freely among the Belt and Road countries. While the Belt and Road countries count for around 1/5 of the annual gold mine production, a strategic policy to promote the circulation of gold in Asian countries will have very profound benefits. It is cost efficient by shortening the value chain. It helps to strengthen the industry network within the region. Also, gold as a proxy of value will facilitate the internationalization of many Asian currencies, helping us to ease our reliance on US dollar. However, in order to make that happen, there are some obstacles we need to emphasize. The first is about the specification and quality of the gold bar need to be standardized. Naturally, each market will have its own set of standard and practice for gold trading. With different gold standards, gold prices are not necessarily determined by international gold price. Therefore, it's essential to standardize the difference. This is a challenge as well as business opportunity for bullion banks. The second is about the tax policy. Investment gold is exempted from VAT for most countries. In some countries, however, gold is subject to taxation, and consumption tax has to be paid before and when importing the gold to those countries. The difference in taxation policy might bring about illegal activities like smuggling. The third is about the policy uncertainty regarding bullion business. Every country has its own regulation on bullion business. Policy doesn't have to synchronize. These differences are featuring the market and creating trading opportunity for us. However, uncertainty on those policies could be a risk. Stable policy on bullion industry could ease investors' concern, attract more long-term institutional investors to participate, enrich the trading varieties with different maturities, and improve the product liquidity. All in all, we believe interconnection will undoubtedly be a very important pathway for future development of the physical gold market in the ASEAN region. It is therefore essential for the countries and for the industry to come together to set out a mutually acceptable gold standards, integrate trade practices, and unified tax policy for gold to move and trade more freely among these countries. Thank you, Ms. Zhao. That's all for my answer.
Thank you very much for sharing. Mr. Liang has mentioned in ASEAN countries we have opportunities and challenges. This reminded me the real estate market in China. We have active participants from the banks. They can provide pricing and the moving of the capital. I think facing ASEAN countries, we hope Bank of China, Hong Kong, and other foreign banking system companies can, based on the local situation and based on the platform of the gold exchange market, our company also have the function of this platform. We have more space for cooperation. Thank you very much. Today, we have excellent speakers. We believe as more population are vaccinated, the gold market will be more active in the future. We're looking forward to the rebound of the gold market, and we look for the coming of these days. Thank you very much, Mr. Huang and Mr. Liang. Your speech gave us hope for the Chinese gold market, and we look forward to the increasing development of the China's gold market. Thank you very much again.
谢谢. Wasa, back to you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Zhao, Mr. Liang, and Mr. Wong for sharing us with latest updates from China. The session was really insightful in understanding in great detail about what's going on in the world's largest market of gold consumption, that's China. Thank you so much. That was an excellent beginning for day 2, a special session on China brought to us by Shanghai Gold Exchange International. Thank you so much. Thank you.